Good morning everyone and welcome to this daily Exochart update live stream. Hope that you're all doing very well as always. Yeah, we have done some nice move here. We have planned this possible ABC zigzag to the upside here. We have done this push up right there. What we planned, by the way, with yesterday, I mean in the yesterday's Sunday VIP live stream. Well, I mean, I'm live, you know, every single Sunday with VIPs, and this was exact move here we have planned right there. This, as I said, VIPs, this is more likely for me due to the wave count before, due to the context, all stuff like this. We also planned this ABC, and we have seen this nice triple move like this to the downside here, and some targets where we could look for a long. Of course, after we are planning this possible bomb here, that was not the more likely, but anyways, we missed one target a bit below, as you can see here, but this was still the low of the range here, and we did a nice big swing failure pattern by as well, pretty slow here, but we have done a nice move to the downside here. We was looking for with a rise next, and this was just, I mean, this was just pretty perfect. Yesterday in the VIP live, I redrew this VIPs, that was pretty insane. But anyway, so we're going to update Bitcoin like every single day. These updates are normally for VIPs. By the way, I'm going to just send a message on Discord to say that I'm live, and also on Twitter now, by the way. So Twitter, I'm live to update Bitcoin, join me here, tweet, perfect, normally we are good for today too. Oops, yes, that's me, that's normal, Alright, so, yeah, by the way, do not hesitate to go and smash the like on the tweet so everyone know we are live. Do not forget do not hesitate really to retweet also massively this so everyone clearly know we are live, because yes, you are going to be able until Wednesday to learn for free Elliott Wave and Exocharts. If you don't know really about this technical analysis, you can create for free an account on the website, and yeah, you will be able to start your learning for free. You will get this account here right there. You get all the beginners course and the Elliott Wave course number 1, 2, 3 part number 1 for free on the website. So if you want to start your learning, you're at the right place with Elliott Waves. Moreover this, you just have to join the Discord server. In the social media here you have all the 4 updates I have done, the 4 live stream to really teach you Exocharts in more detail. So if you want to really master the order flow, all the stuff like this, you have some free updates that are normally for VIP, but I changed that for free, and I was live with you, and we planned all of this nice wave here. I was more looking for a bigger triple wave here before to move more down directly, but sadly we have now a possible double X, Y, X, and Z, and the X and Z, this is not really something we can predict, okay? This is a game, we just have to accept it. Now you plan to the bottom, and we plan if we have to go more down, if we have to push everything. So in any case, we are ready for what we're going to do, okay, in any situations. So yeah, the last time we was around this around this small push to the upside here. I mean, yeah, this is exactly what we planned. This is exactly what we planned here. I gave you some different targets, to look for along. For example, we can look for a possible swing value pattern. We can look, I'm going to mute the sound here. We can, as you can see here, for a possible boom swing value pattern of the previous low. We just take the previous low and move it to the upside. Why we're thinking about this for new people coming on the channel, simply because of this this quick move to the upside here was for me an A wave of was 5 waves. So if we have 5 waves here, this can still be a bigger 5 waves impulsive, of course, but this was more likely for me a 5 waves impulsive to the upside. So in that case, we can think directly about a triple correction, okay, to go more down, or we can think about a big impulsive here. So we should minimum take this previous high. So that's why here I was personally more looking for a triple wave and to push higher next. So to speak here, as you can see, I draw you this, and after that, I'll draw you the other possibilities to go to the 70xx here before to push higher, okay? That's why this is exactly what we have done here, and this is due to Elliott Wave, due to the context, and due to the artwork I mean, every single day I'm live to update with you this chart, and I'm restarted wave count. Yeah, just practically my more likely wave, what make more sense with all of the different Elliott Wave rules, everything, Exocharts, so with levels, everything, the market structure. For example, here, this channel here is just with trend view, just recognize that there is a possible channel here, because this have been just so well respected here. I mean, the third one have been just so well respected here, the middle of the range here, boons, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance. I mean, this have been just so well respected. So that's why this channel here was really nice to look for a possible bottom here. That is a nice confluence. Anyway, Elliott Wave and Exochart, this is how we are able to trade and to predict this market like this, and this is just absolutely insane. What can I say? This is just absolutely insane. So anyway, just to start with us with this, what we have today, we have a new weekly naked path control right there. So to do this and to find these levels, you have to go on. I mean, you have to create an account on Exocharts. Okay, that is website. So Exocharts like this. Okay, Exocharts. You will create an account. It's a paid membership, but I mean, it's not. There is no any. How do we say that? Financial, stuff between me and Exocharts. This is just the software I'm using to really master these charts and really master the Bitcoin chart. This is pretty crazy. So you have to create some templates. If you're, of course, a VIP or a core subscriber, you're going to get an apprentice, by the way. Now you're going to get in the Exocharts per here the possible. I mean, you're going to download Exocharts template. So all of my templates, you're going to get everything clearly. Okay, this monthly, weekly path control on the desktop version, because this is a software, okay, you install on your computer, and this is the online version. So you just have to go on internet, you will be able to get this one too. Okay, now you have to create this template. This is the order flow. Okay, but every single week, the Monday, what we have to check is a weekly naked path control. Why? Simply because this is a weekly candle, so this is a full week. On the new week, we create a new candle. So we have to see if we have a naked path control on the previous week candle. So this, for example, is a naked session, a weekly naked path control here. This is from some weeks before. We already added down the chart, you can see right here. So we don't really care. We care about the previous one, okay, the previous week. So on every single Monday, we open a new candle. So we have to check that one. I'm gonna go on the pro, I mean on the desktop version, because all right, because the web version, I mean the price here, you can see if you zoom a bit here, you can really see the dollars, all the stuff like this. If you I mean on the right here in the scale, you can really see the dollars, the cents, the cents. Also, if you go only on the web version, you see that you move 50 to 50 to 50 by $50. So that's why this is not really good. So that's why I'm gonna go on the web, on the desktop version. Now we are higher than the path control, so we do not take the middle of the path control, we do not take the low of the path control, we take the high. Okay, just have to add the mouse here, just check the price on the right, you just save it. Okay, keep it in mind. Boom, you go on your chart. Okay, you just have to add a level like this. You create a template, for example, boom, weekly naked path control, you go in the settings, you go in coordinates, and here you just have to add the price. Okay, I recommend you to add a folder. For example, I mean, I create a new folder here for you, so you can really see all the new levels, okay, that are here on the chart. I also I just highlighted all the trades here planted. Okay, just to get a bit of chart, okay, clarity, something a bit more you can read easily, okay, because you hire everything here. I mean, these levels we don't really care anymore, to be honest. Maybe we're going to backtest some of your stuff like this. These levels you can keep there. This one you can clearly delete them. We don't care anymore. But yeah, these are all the new levels. Okay, so this is with the weekly naked path control. As you can see here, I added the plus daily naked path control. Why? Simply because if you go now not on the weekly chart, but you go on the daily time frame here, as you can see, this is a daily chart here. You can see the volume profile of every candles. Okay, we have, as you can see here, on the previous day, we have a new daily naked path control. So as always, we are higher, so we do not take the low of the square here. We do not take the middle. We take the high. If we are below, okay, we're going to take the low of the square here. It's to not miss a trade, as we've seen, for example, with TPO levels. It was I don't remember where it was, by the way. It was here. Okay, it was here. It was right there. As you can see here, when you have the, I mean, this is, for example, this is a TPO, okay, a naked TPO. This was a naked TPO until we come here. Okay, before when we was here, this was a naked line like this, and this was a naked TPO. So by the way, why do we don't see the TPO here? I think I changed some things, but normally you have the TPO. What the fuck is this? TPOs are hidden now. As you can see, normally there is a TPO, and you have the price right in next to that. But anyway, I don't know why this is not visible anymore. Okay, I will change that after the live stream. Otherwise, you can see it on the right here. But anyway, so we got the TPO right there, and when you have the TPO noted here, this is the middle of the TPO. And here, what we have done, as you can see here, we just have we hit the top of the TPO and not the middle of it. That's why it's to not miss a trade that we are doing this with the daily naked path control and stuff like this. We are taking the high of it. If we're high, we're taking the low if you're below. Okay, to really not miss the trades. So anyway, now we have done the daily naked path control. Of course, we have the monthly naked path control here. That is a monthly candle. As soon as we close this candle, we are possibly going to create a monthly naked path control here. So not tomorrow, in 2 days, we have to check this chart and see if we have printed or not a new monthly naked path control. For now, we are still, I mean, this candle is still not closed yet, so this is not useful to check out this. Okay. Sessions, as always, I don't like to go and check that on on the desktop version. This is not really relevant most of the time. Level is not really respected on that one. I prefer to go on the web version and we'll check out the levels here. Okay, so session, we have a triple new sessions here. Okay, so we have one session here, one session here, one session here. You have to take the TPO value of every single naked session like this. Okay, and then you just have to add the level, as I said. You go, you create a template, boom, you add your template, for example, here, boom, naked session path control right there. Then you go in the settings, coordinates, and you add the price. Okay, so you have a triple naked session here. I think I'm going to remove them because I don't really care, to be honest with you, about these sessions. These are not major support. If we have to come back here, I'm going to add them back, but until now, I don't like to get too much stuff on the chart. It's really ugly, so I'm going to delete them. These are not really super strong level. It's better to get these sessions with confidence. Here we don't really have confidence now, so I'm not going to keep them. Anyway, so sessions here. Now we have, of course, after we have checked the session, we have to check the TPO. So here do we have a new naked TPO, as you can see here, yes, of the previous day. As you can see here, we have a naked line like this. So we take normally the TPO value here, but we can read it on the price here. You can see I'll let you check the price. We just save the price and we just add a line, a level, boom, created a template, go in the settings, coordinates, you add the price, and you're good. Okay, so that gives us this 3 levels. Okay, I mean you have 2 levels at the same place here, so 3 levels plus a new daily a bit below here. You just have to go on the daily time frame, and boom, you have the 2 color close here. So this is also a level you have to check every single day, clearly. Weekly level, we do not have any new weekly. This is a new week candle open. Okay, so if we close that candle like this, for example, I mean like this here, if we close here, for example, on by the way, no, on the next Monday, I mean on next Sunday, okay, if we close like this, yes, we are going to print a new weekly level, but until this candle is not closed, we do not have any new weekly to add yet. Okay, so that's all really for new levels we have today. We have printed all the weekend. I mean, we have printed some more, of course, during the weekend. By the way, maybe no, I don't remember exactly, but it's all tapped. Okay, it's all hit, so we don't really care now anymore. The levels we plant here, we have seen that we got a nice resistance around there. As you can see here, we have hit during the weekend at the dollar the TPO plus the naked session power control to get a small push to the downside to backtest the middle of the range here. Sorry, and to then make a nice push to the upside. I was personally more looking for a rise here, so that's why to try to look for a short here, yes, possibly for a bigger, for example, triple wave like this before to rise again. But I was really more in the idea of being in this A, B, C, okay, and normally you should push higher. So that's why to try to look for a short here, if you expect to push higher, yes, you can, of course, if data are following, but data on Exocharts was not really following on the order flow here. This is the template I'm using to determine if I have to take a trade or not, okay, to recognize this data before I go to take a short, for example, to take a long. I'm going to teach you this, okay, right after that we're going to see how to trade the very bottom here. And if you want to know how to trade from, I don't know when I started to record these updates for free on the YouTube channel. Maybe it was around there, I don't remember exactly, maybe here. So if you want to get these updates, you have to go on the Discord server, okay, go in the social media, and you will, or just on the YouTube channel, by the way, you can absolutely too, and you'll get all of these 4 updates clearly, where I'm really teaching you this Exocharts template, so you can really see what data we're looking for, what we're looking at, everything clearly, what reaction we want to see on the for a short, or reaction we want to see for a long, everything, and how do you make a plan every day. For example, here, this is how I'm making my plan. I'm just updating my levels every single day. I delete all the other one, we don't care. I'm going to keep the TPO. I'm going to remove all of this here because now we went through, data was not really good for a short, so we just push higher. These levels I'm going to keep them. Why? Simply because yes, we went through, but due to the small wave, I'm going to explain that. If we have to retrace from here, that can be some confidence to just get acceptance to push higher, so to speak, just flip this to support before to push higher again. Okay, that's why I'm going to keep these levels here. I'm going to hide them for now, okay, but I'm going to keep them just in a folder, for example, to delete. When we have bounced off this, we're good to delete these levels, okay. But until that, by the way, this was a daily. Yeah, that was an untap daily, so we have some chance to backtest this as support. Yeah, it's absolutely possible. We just come and retest the support, maybe not directly, but this is possible. And by the way, if you remember good, after I mean when we plan all the levels here, I told you, if we have to push higher stuff like this, we of course have to look for showing the first area I deleted. In the second one here, if we have to push higher, what I said, we can look for a swing value pound of this high, next a swing value pound of the high here. What we have done at the moment, if you check at this, we have done a possible swing value pound of the price high here. So that was a good short to take for a possible scalp short for you on the morning. That resulted in some really nice move to the downside here. For scalpers, this is pretty cool. On Exocharts, data was falling a bit. I'm not going to lie, data was falling a bit. We have some shorts coming in here. I mean, a bit of long and shorts here. The most important is that we start getting absorption from the price high here. As you can see here, we have a high, a high. Here, what do we have? A high, a low high. This means absorptions. What is absorption? Is when you have some market order long, so to speak, people longing at the current price of the market or shorting at the current price of the market. Here we are moving up, so these are new longs coming in all the way up here. You can see it because we are moving up, as you can see here. Okay, we are moving to the upside here with an increasing of point rate. So these are new longs, market order longs coming in on the market. If you have absorption like this, it means that you have some limited order short. So to speak, people want to, for example, preset an order at a certain market, a certain price of Bitcoin. For example, we are here, want to say, hey, at this price, for example, let's take 31,700, for example. At this price, I preset a short order, and this is what you can read here. Possibly if we have the shorts coming in, this is going to confirm this absorption, but this is absorption when you have some market orders coming on the market, but you have some limited orders that absorb these market orders on the market, and you can see it thanks to the delta bar here on Exocharts, okay, on this order flow. That's why this is very powerful, and this is really insane. to confirm absorption, we want to get new trades or new longs if we have a bullish divergence on the bottom, okay, with the lows. If this is on the highs right there, okay, that is a bearish divergence. To confirm this absorption, we want to get some new shorts coming, so to speak, moving down with an increasing of interest. What we can get at the moment, now we have also some bit of green candle, so that's not the best. Still okay on a low time frame. I checked it normally this morning. Oh, by the way, no, I didn't check it, but that by the way, so you know. But yeah, we can get some new shorts coming here, as you can see in the cards following, so it's pretty nice. Now, what do you want to trade? I mean, what do you want to see to trade a swing 30 pan? Directly after we have done the week, we formed the week with the week and we close it below. You want to see directly some new shorts coming on the market. So here, I don't know if we got this. You've got a lot of longs here, to be honest with you. That's pretty insane. So yes, we got some new shorts coming in, nothing crazy. If I had to take a short here, it's only because that was in the plan and I planned to possibly do a swing 30 pan here because also the small wave cam. I'm going to talk with about this. But yeah, normally you want to see some shorts coming here, so we don't really have this. I recommend to go maybe on a bigger time frame on that one to really see, to remove all the noise, you know, increasing, decreasing, all the noise we have between everything. Now it's not really visible. We do not have a big increasing of interest here, more moving to the downside, so not the best swing for the pan. So maybe we're going to retake the high, some few stuff like this before to move again, or just continue to push high because the move before was clearly classed as bullish. Now we just have to get absorption from the two highs, so we confirm it only if we have some new shorts coming in. But here, what do we want to see also is a market structure channel. So to speak, we keep doing a low, 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 and a higher, higher low, a higher low, a higher low. Okay, so this is what we want to see with new shorts coming on the market, and in that case, we expect to do a quick move to the downside next. Okay, minimum, I'm going to give you the target with a wave cam, but this is what we have done at the moment and what we plan in the last updates. So to see how this is playing, this is pretty insane. We plan absolutely everything. We are aware of absolutely everything. So now, as you can see, if we remove, this is going to be a support, okay? This is going to be a support where we can look, for example, for a possible long. If we have to retrace from here, this can be a possible zone, or we can look for a long here. Why? Because this was resistance when it was below. As soon as we go high, and if we come back here, we have more chance to flip this to support and to get acceptance to push high. This long is good to take only if when we bounce off that, we have some demand to push high, okay? So we have new longs coming in. Otherwise, we want to see absorption on the level, all stuff like this, try to long something. If there is no any of this, so no absorption, so to speak, with new shorts coming in here and limited all the longs that absorb this market, all the shorts, or big weakness to go down. If we do not have any of this, we just do not take any long here and just wait for the next support. Okay, so what is the next support here? I'm going to remove this level very quickly. What is the next support here? Of course, you can pull a fib if we have done the top here from the very top to the very bottom of this move, for example. And you can add your 618, 66%. For now, if I have to retrace from here, this is going to be the next support, okay? Because we did not really created some support, okay, for now, right there. Maybe, but no, normally we do not have any new sessions. I check it, but normally we do not have any new sessions here. Oh, by the way, yes, we have a new session here, nice session here. So that can be also a confluence with all the levels here. So where is this one, by the way? TPO 3290. Going to add that one. That can be a confluence with 3290. Perfect. So yeah, this can be a confluence, as I said, with, yeah, as you can see here, we have a level here, a new fresh level, okay, printed on the chart with all the confluence I was talking about before right there, okay, with the daily. That's why we can look for a long here, because we have a bit of a support, and that will be a retest to get acceptance to push out. This, for example, can be a possible long to plan here, only if data following, of course. I'm not saying you have to take a long here, no, you have to take on the order flow, read the order flow, and if this is following, of course, we're going to take, I'm going to take a long, already long from lower, but another long is absolutely fine, okay. I'm placing some different longs at different places on the market. But anyway, so here, so yeah, this can be, this is clearly the next support. You can see that if we start to lose this, okay, by the way, the top of the channel here, if we start to get acceptance inside the channel here, there is no support here. We can clearly look towards these levels here. If we lose these levels that are, by the way, we have the confluence with the middle of the range at the moment. If we lose these levels, we can just look towards the next one. If we lose that daily here, we just have to look towards the next level here. Now, what we can, I'm going to move now on the Elliott wave count. Okay, we have now updated the level. These are the new levels. This is what I'm going to keep on my chart. Of course, you can keep these small levels here, okay, to see the confluence and to see if we come back below here to see what we can retest, okay, and when we flip that to support. But now, yeah, these are the new levels, the most important one, the biggest support we have at the moment, and these are of course the big resistance we planned higher. Okay, this is really the big resistance. I just want to move now on the wave count here. So what we planned in the last update, we have seen this WX, Y, X, and Z here. Why this WX, Y, X, Z? Simply because the Z target here was much more respected. Okay, the Z target bounced off, I mean, perfectly off the 123. Okay, just going to play it like this. Boom, boom, boom. W here. Okay, to find the Z wave, by the way, just place your first click of the extension tool on the W root, then secondly on the W bottom, and the third click, sorry, on the second X retracement. Okay, then you have to add your 618, 100%, 123, and 1618 here. You will find your these are the targets of the triple wave correction wave, and you have the 200% here. That is an invalidation of the triple wave, clearly. What we have done here, we just bounced off perfectly this 123. That's why I'm more taking this WXYZ here with a smaller wave count, make more sense. And we was looking for a while with VIPs. We have done already 2 Sunday live streams, so we with this WXY here. When we was already here, we was already thinking about a possible triple wave here. When we was on the very bottom here, we was already thinking about a short here because after we have to plan the upcoming trades. And when we was already in push to the upside, we was already thinking about a possible bigger triple wave. Now this is playing at the moment. As always, you have to get acceptance because this wave can be also a big impulsive. For example, I mean, this is really less likely, but for example, if we have to be bullish, we can absolutely be bullish. Why? Just for new members and new viewers, simply because if we're in a Z wave here, okay, don't really like this, yeah, but anyway, if we're in a Z wave here, okay, we have this W, X, Y, X, and Z here. By the way, this is not well placed at all, like really not at all, that one. X wave here. If we're in this WXYZ, so the yellow wave you can see here, I'm going to add the wave so you can see them better. If we're in the Z wave here, we have here, as you can see, the maximum 1618 target here, so to speak, the blue line here. That was the maximum and the more likely target we planned with VIPs, and by the way, with you on the YouTube channel. So if we're all right, if we have to be done with the, I mean, we can absolutely be done with the bottom because we have hit the maximum target and we bounced it off that. So that was the target we planned here on the very bottom, and we did a nice 25 and more % move to the upside. That is just pretty insane. So are we done with the Z wave? Are we not done with the Z wave and we're going to do the last wave down, or are we even in a big wave train, a big WXY? Just hear the previous update, okay, to really understand the context, everything. Now I'm personally looking for another push to the downside, a last push to the downside before to get a rise. This is just a more likely scenario for me with a wave count and all the Elliott wave rules that we add on the chart to really see the more likely scenario clearly. Okay, of course we can go to 10k, everything as I said, but this is less likely. So anyway, here that's why I'm more likely with the WXY here to do the last wave down, finish the Z wave, and once we have done the Z wave, we can move to the upside. If we re-drop from here, I'm going to take now a WXYZ, but a big WXY to the downside, and these are the next target, and in that case, this is a wave 2 and not a wave 4. Okay. So anyway, here WXY. Okay, so WXY we of course can add the WXY targets like this, so from the W bottom to the W top. Okay, to the X retracement here. First target 618 here. Now we of course have to add a smaller wave target also. So this A, B, C right there. Okay. So we have seen, sorry, this WXYZ here. I wanted to finish with that first of all. WXYZ here. If you want to get more details about this WXYZ, you just have to watch the previous Friday update. I really explain more about this WXYZ. I'm not going to repeat myself every day. Okay, you just have to watch the previous update. Now we're more going to talk about this ABC. Okay, and the smaller wave kind side here, what we can read at the moment. Sorry, so yeah, here WXYZ down here on the 123. Boom, X wave finish it. Of course, we can still be in a bigger triple wave like this if we really have to be range bound again for a long moment. Now this is less likely, of course, in terms of probabilities, so we just do not think about this directly, but we still keep in mind this one. Okay, this is still a possibility to make the X wave later. So X wave normally done. We have the correction here. We have the first triple wave, the second triple wave. This is the 5 wave, but it's correction. So we have the first correction, the second correction. So we expect to do a last correction to the upside here. Okay. So here we just have to add, because we got the 5 waves before. Okay, that was only a 1, 2, 3, or 5 big impulsive to the upside. That is absolutely still valid. Okay, to be in a big impulsive here. I'm going to draw with that. So you have the wave 1 here. Okay, because we have a 5 waves impulsive with wave 1. Boom, wave 2 retracement, correction. Wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. In that case, we're not going to do this ABC like this, okay? But we're going to do the A after on the wave. I mean, we're going to finish the A on the wave 5, okay? We're then going to do the B wave and then going to do the C wave. So we're going to do a bigger ABC. This is the scenario here possible, less likely, but it is still 100% valid here. Okay, now the more likely one I would say is more the triple wave like this. Now if I have to accept, we do the bigger impulsive, we do the bigger impulsive. Okay, this is absolutely valid too, 100% valid. I prefer that one because we'll spend less time to create some patterns that will be a lot less boring. But if we do the other one, we do the other one. Okay, this is absolutely possible too. So anyway, here ABC more likely. Okay, why an ABC like this? And you can place also an impulsive here simply because the wave A or the wave 1 have a 5 waves impulsive inside. These are the same smaller wave. The B wave or the wave 2 have a correction wave. The wave C or the wave 3 have an impulsive. C wave can get an ending, but here this is an impulsive. So this can be a 1, 2, 3 to make a wave 4 and 5 next for a bigger ABC, or this can be an ABC because the smaller wave count is absolutely the same. I mean, it's the same clearly for now. So that's why we'll be more with an ABC at the moment. But anyway, so here you have of course to add your extension tool here to find the C targets. Okay, to find your target, maximum target, all the targets clearly. So first click on the wave A root, second click on the A wave top, and third click and last one on the wave B bottom here. Okay, this is going to give you just have to add your target in your settings here, the 618, okay, the yellow flip here, then the 100% here, then the 123 here, sorry, the green one, the blue one, 1618, and maximum target. An ABC zigzag can make an extension, so to speak, to go to the 200% here. Normally, if we do an extension, we have to think not about the ABC, but about the impulsive. Okay, so the big wave 1, 2, 3, or 5 to the upside. Sorry. So yeah, normally this is the maximum target. If we touch the 200%, this is an impulsive and not an ABC anymore. Now an ABC zigzag, this is possible also to make an extension with the C to touch the 200%, but less likely still internal probabilities. Okay, so what we can see here is the maximum C target is just right there. Okay, so right here that will bring us with a Y leg, as you can see here, that will be in the Y wave here. The Y wave will stop before the W top. Internal probabilities with Elliott wave to stop with the Y leg before the W top, or even by the way, even if you have, for example, a 5 wave impulsive. Let's take this example too. Oops, no. Let's try again. Right here, if you have an impulsive wave like this, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, is the wave 5 stop before the wave 3 top? Because yes, this is possible. This is called a truncated wave 5. Here, this will be exactly the same with the Y leg. If this Y leg stop before the W top, this will be a truncated Y leg. But in internal probability, this is less likely. That's why here, yes, this is possible to stop here. Do we have confidence with that? Yes, we have the daily plus the weekly neck upon control. Now, if we start to approach this 1618, if to make a Y truncated is less likely, we can maybe just expect to take the high minimum, and once we took the high, we move the price back down. Okay, that's why we can expect more likely this now to push high to rocket from here is also possible if we're in a big impulsive here. Okay, because the Y leg can go really high, as you can see. The 161, the maximum target of this Y leg is really high. So if we want to do, I mean, if we have to make a big impulsive here like this, to make a big A, B, and C like this is possible. Now internal probabilities is less likely. Hello from Australia, welcome mate in the live stream. From Australia, nice. Nice. From France here. Yeah, we have some people from all around the world. That's pretty nice. That's pretty cool. But yeah, anyway, so here double X wave, if we have to push away, we can absolutely now. This is less likely. Okay, I mean the more likely scenario is for me to go a bit below the 618, maybe touch the 618, but to swing 30 pounds high here is the first thing we have to think about. Now, if we have to get acceptance to push higher, for example, if we are approaching the price high with a big increasing of interest on Exocharts here, for example, something like this, and we do not have any absorption here, we are going to expect to push higher to minimum take the high. If we do not take the high, continue to push high with an increasing of interest, we expect to go higher to the next target we plan here. So minimum 618. Otherwise, we can just look at the target we plan here. So to speak, weekly level, okay? We have also to look for a short here. If we just go past this weekly level, we of course have to look for a swing 30 pound, another swing 30 pound here. As soon as we break a high or break a low, we have to think about a swing 30 pound. So what is a swing 30 pound? Is what we have done at the moment, or what we have done on a bigger time frame on the very bottom here. Okay, for example, here we have a low, okay, right here, swing 30 pound. What we do is that we do a quick move to the downside and we reclaim directly, okay, the price low, the price high. We close the candle here above the price high, okay, and this gives us a swing 30 pound. Okay, you just do a wick below the price low or a wick higher than the price high, and we close below the price low, above the price low, or below the price high. Okay, this is a swing 30 pound. So here that was a swing 30 pound. We plan the update. So what we have done at the moment is capture at the moment. We still have to get the confirmation, but here that will be almost the same for this top here. every time when we break a high, when we break a low, this we have to think about swing failure pattern. So here, if we go build, I mean, after this weekly level, we have to think about swing failure pattern. We have to think about swing failure pattern. If we do not do the swing failure pattern here, we just have to look for the next resistance. That is the TPO right there. Okay. If we go after the TPO, we can look for the daily naked path control right here, then the monthly level, then the weekly naked path control, then the daily naked path control, extra all the way up. Okay. So now we have all the resistance really step by step. You can add, of course, the extension tool here, so on this kind of chart. Maybe going to do that with you, by the way, to see a bit the confluence, what we have with what target, so we can see the more likely target already. Boom, 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 right there, almost. 618 have the weekly level, really good confluence. That's why on the 618 here we also have to look for a short, because we have a weekly level right here. 618 is not always good, perfectly hit, so we can absolutely look for a swing failure pattern here and here. Okay, that's why I was telling you this. If now we push high, you can see that the 1-to-1 extension right there matched with the daily naked path control, so we will go a bit after the 1-to-1 extension, maybe get a retracement here if we really have to push her from here. Now 123 here matched with a possible monthly big trend line here. All the target highs of the weekly naked path control. If we have to go high for the 1618 right there, as you can see, there is not a lot of confidence with that one, so maybe we're maybe not going to go that high. Okay, we're going to see, of course, which way we confirm here. But anyway, so here, if we're in the ABC, what is a more likely scenario is to just go to the first target here, or take the previous high, so to speak, do this, okay, or take the previous high. Once we took the previous high, we just dump the price, or spend a bit of time, get a weakness to push high, move it down. This is, for me at the moment, with wave count, the more likely scenario. Now, are we going to push higher? Because we can absolutely push high, because if we're in a big impulsive, or even if we do an ABC with an extension, we can push high to the weekly and even higher, of course. This is just a more likely for me due to the wave count, everything. Okay, this is with the market structure. This is what makes more sense for me. I'm more looking for something like this. Okay, exactly what we have done here. If you remember, good after the drop here. Okay, when we did the move to the downside from the all-time high. Okay. This is exactly what we have done with this WXY here. I see your question in the chat. I'm going to answer that. I'm going to answer this right after this, right after I finish with this WXY. But here it's exactly what we have done. Triple wave to the upside, consolidation like WXY to the downside here, move to the upside here, boom. While like first thing we had to think about here, like to feel the short here, swing 30 pounds the price high. We just take the high and the price high and move it down directly. Okay, this can be exactly the same here. It can be or it cannot be. Okay, exactly the same. We have to think about the exact same thing here. More risk, we have some big confidence here, so that's pretty nice. Now if we have to push higher, you know what we can expect, and you have targets to push higher. Okay, and you are ready in case we push higher. Now, are we going to get a retracement directly? Yes, we can get a retracement. I mean, I do not expect a massive retracement directly, except of course if we lose this naked sessional path control plus a daily level right here, okay, in confidence without the blue line here. If we lose that and get acceptance clear to go more down, yes, we can definitely get a bigger retracement here. Okay, a bigger retracement, for example, a big ending here, but it's really less likely, but still possible. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, wedge to the upside. Okay, wedge like this to the upside. In that case, yes, we can get a retracement, but an ABC here, because we have to get an ABC in that kind of wave, is less likely. Okay, so a retracement here directly less likely. Now we can get a retracement to flip these levels here to support before to bounce again. And now, yeah, I'm gonna go on the smaller time frame to really show you what we can expect here and what we more likely have on a lower time frame. So here we have to start after the B wave bottom here. So we have done an ABC zigzag here. Okay, as we plan the 5 waves bottom down here. Boom, the A, the B, and the C. Okay. By the way, do you have some other question? I'm thinking about of ABC with C extension with right now with the 2 fibs. ABC mid 618 target WXY. Yeah, this is possible to win an extension also with this ABC because of the 618 here. That is possible. It depends on the small wave count here, but it's absolutely possible to go to the 618 minimum target here. Now, sometime a while leg do not go and touch the first target. This is fine also. So that's why it depends really of the market structure of the context here. The context here can absolutely, we can not also reach the 618 minimum. That's why I'm thinking more about this one first of all. If we really see that we have to push, of course, yes, we can look for this extension with the 618 here before to get a move to the downside, or before to rocket, because if we're in a big impulsive here, we're in a big impulsive. Okay, but less likely still. But yeah, this is absolutely possible also to go to the 620, but before to go to the 620, you really have to think about this possible swing failure pattern here. Okay, extremely important. But anyway, so here we have done the B wave, okay, as we planned the previous update. So B wave here, we was looking for this triple wave here into the 70x6, okay, so just pull a fib from the top or from the bottom to the bottom here. It depends if you reverse your tool. As always, I reversed my tool here, but otherwise I'm going in the same trend in the market. That's why I reversed my tool is more logic for me. Now if you prefer to place it from here, from the bottom to the top, absolutely whatever you want, okay, we just you just have to do the opposite of what I do, okay. So we were looking for the 70x60 here before to re-go more down, so that was the last possible zone clear where we could look for a bounce, okay, otherwise we'll take minimum of the low. This is exactly where we bounce at here. So after we have done the correction here, we have to get a 5 ways to the upside here. So what I have more at the moment inside this wave count, I have more likely a triple wave 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, so here I have more likely a wave 1. Okay, quick move to the upside, a wave 2 here. Then what we can read here on the chart, we can see a possible 1 2 3 4 5 leading. Okay, these are valid 5 waves. These kind of waves appear in a wave 1 or in an A wave of a zigzag. For example, in this kind of wave, in the A wave here, this can be, this is a wedge to the upside, and this is a leading. It can be also an ending, but in that case the ending appear in a C wave or in the wave 5 of an impulsive, C wave of a zigzag, or by the way a flat also, or the wave 5 of an impulsive, or an ending. By the way, this is possible. No, by the way, this is not possible. Or the wave 5 of the leading, so the last wave here for the ending. But anyway, just to continue with that, so here I have a possible wave 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so leading here, so another wave 1, another wave 2. What do we have next? We have another possible wave 1 2 3 4 5, so another possible leading here. So you have a leading here, leading here. This cannot be an ABC. An ending here looks less likely. And why would you place an ABC here? Because an ABC you expect to move down next. It doesn't really make sense. So here another boom wave 1, another wave 2. So a triple wave 1 2 1 2 1 2. I'm going to place a wave with you. Okay. So we have I'm going to place these ones by the way. Oops. Let's try again. Wave 1, wave 2 here. Have then the wave 3 4 5 to do next. Okay. Here we have another wave. Wave 1 right here. Perfect. Wave 2 right there. I'm going to change this template with this. Perfect. We have to do the wave 3 4 5. That is going to finish that wave 3 4 and 5 here. Okay. I'm placing these tops randomly. Okay. I'm not trying to play this. We're going to of course see a bit of the wave count, a smaller time frame. And we have of course to add the last wave 1 2 here. I personally don't like when we have too much wave 1 2 on the chart. So here for example, this kind of start of an impulsive move, I don't really like it because most of the time we do not do, for example, the last wave 4 and 5 as we expect to do it. We do it like in a smaller time. We in the smaller wave count or something really terrible. We do not do for example, we think that we do the wave 3 4 5 the smaller one, so we play the bigger wave 3, we play the bigger wave 4, the bigger wave 5. Most of the time we just do the wave 3 here, and we did not really pay attention to the smaller wave count. We have done a really small wave 4 5 like this, 3 4 5, and we have some wave placed like that. Or sometimes the count is really what the fuck, and we do not. We do not really finish the bigger wave count. So speak the wave 3 4 5. We do that, but on a really smaller time frame. Now you cannot really see it on the smaller time frame. You really have to go on these seconds. Why you don't have? Because I don't have the premium plan, like premium. We don't really care to go on the smaller time frame like this. But yeah, do just to give you some information on this. So yeah, just we have here the last wave 1 2. Okay, normally on the very bottom. Or just to tell you that I don't really like to get too much wave 1 2 here. But anyway, so 3 4 5, these waves here are going to finish this wave 3 next, 4, and then wave 5 here. So I'm going to move everything a bit more on the right here. Okay, right there. All right. So yeah, just to show you, really to understand, these are like Russian dolls. We have a small wave 1 2 3 4 5 here. Once we have done this wave 5 here, this is going to finish that bigger wave 3. So we have to do the wave 4, the wave 5. Once we have finished this wave 5, this is going to finish the bigger wave 3 here. We have to do the wave 4 and the wave 5. Now, as I said, on a lower time frame, be careful, because sometimes we do not really finish this on with big massive waves. We really finish that on the smaller, for example, inside the wave 5 here, and we'll be done. Okay, so that's why sometimes this is a bit crazy. Less like it, but still possible. Okay, I'm just going to hide this again. So yeah, here we just have to take our extension tool, okay, for this wave 1 2 here, boom, wave 1 wave 2. We just have to add the good target. So first target of a wave 3 is the 100% here. We have only 2% chance to go and stop here, so this is absolutely nothing. Most common target for a wave 3 is this 1618 here. We went higher. Next target 200% here. It's almost like 100%, but still a bit more probable, less likely still. Next target 2618 here. for now we have done the top here. Let's take the case that we have done the top, we can absolutely push higher. Okay, absolutely. If we're in a wave 4 retracement, how are we going to determine the wave 4 targets? You have to pull a retracement from the wave 3 top to the wave 3 root, okay, wave 2 bottom here, or from the wave 2 bottom to the wave 3 top. If you did not reverse your 2 in your settings, you add your 23.6 and 38.2, okay, the two targets here. I'm going to move the extension tool here so you can really see targets. So 23.6 first of all, 38.2 here. These are going to be the two targets if we have to retrace from here. And if you pull this fib with all the confidence we added today and we find boom, 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 right here, the wave 2 is bottom here. You can see that we have confidence with the 38.2 here. We have all the daily level, everything. So we can really think about if we have to retrace from here, the more likely stuff is to redo a retest to push high here. Okay, this is what we can more expect if we have to do a wave down here. Now, of course, if we break this, if we start to break this and get acceptance below, we can really look for lower, okay, really lower price, or the big ending, as I said, less likely but still possible. That's why here this gives you a high probability long trade. Of course, check the order flow. If this is following, this can be a long to take. Okay, but this is how you find your wave 4 targets. Then boom, wave 5. We can do the walk. Okay, you just have to place the circle of the extension to on the wave 4 bottom. Let's say the case that we'll do a 30.2 here. The wave 5 next target is normally here. Okay, the 161 here. Why not the targets before? Okay, so for example the 618 here or the 100% here, because that will be truncated here. That will give us a double top. This is less likely as always with Elliott wave. A double top is a possible also swing fairly pan. As always, when we break a high, when we break a low, we have to think about a swing fairly pan. So here this is possible, but with Elliott wave normally it's less likely. So that's why we expect the price to go minimum to the next target. Okay, this will give us a wave 3 top here, then we have to do the wave 4, then to the wave 5, boom, to finish that big wave 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is the smaller wave count we can see at the moment. Now sometimes the smaller wave count can be really fucking, and this for example can just be a wave 1, a wave 2, and boom, pump it up, wave 3 or 5. Now it's just due to the smaller wave count because we have a leading here, we have a leading here. So to get a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this, normally no, because in a wave 3 you do not have any leading. So that's why to get a leading here inside a wave 3, no, you have only an impulsive, and here we have a leading. So that's why a bigger lead, I mean 5 waves like this is to get a wave 1, 2, and boom, pump it like this is really less likely. But sometimes the smaller wave count do some really crazy stuff, and sometimes we just have to get acceptance to accept that we have done this. Okay, if we have done this, we have done this, and that's all. But now I would say more triple wave like this. Okay, so this is a smaller wave count. Clearly, I'm more likely looking at a moment that will finish after the 5 waves, the C wave. Okay, so this is clear as a wave count I'm more looking for at the moment. Now, if I have to change to a big massive impulsive, we change of course to a big massive impulsive, so to speak. Here we will get not an A, B, C, okay, but a big wave 1, a big wave 2. Boom, once we have done the wave 5 here, that is the bigger wave 3 top. We're going to push more down for a wave 4, and then another push to the upside for a wave 5, and finally next we have this big A wave, big B wave, big C waves, all the stuff like this. Okay, so hope it's clear. Really, this is a bit complex to explain you all with the Russian dolls. This Elliott wave, clearly these are Russian dolls. Inside a wave you have a smaller wave, inside a smaller wave, inside a smaller wave, off a smaller wave you have a smaller wave count. This is crazy, really crazy. So I think we're good for today with the wave count here. We replan everything. We are good with the levels here, we plan everything also. So now we are good to move on the Exocharts or the flow reading. So what we planned in the last updates, we planned this possible trade long to take here. So why it was not a swing fairly pan here, we're going to see this. How to take the low, okay. Maybe a possible short here. I mean, yeah, that was a short here, clearly we planned. I don't remember, what was it? No, it was here, not here, by the way, it was here. That was a possible short also, because if you pull a fib from the very bottom to the very top of the move, or you reverse, you do it from the very top to the very bottom. Depending if you reverse, you do two as always in your settings. Here you have the 618, 66%. So on a weekend, you most of the time expect to get some basic stuff to do. So the first resistance, you're going to get a rejection most of the time. So here, boom, 618, 66%. Confidence, middle of the range, you're pretty sure. Again, right something. If we do a quick move inside, more of this, you can really expect to ride a small move to the downside or even a bigger move to the downside. Okay, this was a good scalp short to plan to take, for example. Then we just went through, okay, right at the dollar, at the dollar into the TPO plus the naked session power control here we planned. So here that was a possible short to take, we're going to see it, and then a possible long here. If you plan, for example, to be in your wave 1, 2, 3, or 5, what you have to do as always, you just pull a fib from the top of the move to the bottom of the move here. What are the more likely target for a wave 2? is to stop between the 50 and the 618 66%. We have 73% chance to stop between these two targets. So if you expect to be in a C wave to really push high directly, you know the small wave count. You find your small wave count like this. You have to pull a few from the top to the low. On the weekend, we do the more likely stuff, the highest internal probabilities most of the time. So if you have more chances of between the 5618, you're going to look for a long between the 5618. Okay, and that's why also this triple wave, I don't really like to get too much 1 2 1 2 1 2. This triple wave 1 2 here. I don't really like to get too much, but the fib retracement for every single wave are 5618. So that's why this is pretty nice, and the wave to have 73% chance to retrace 50 and 618 here. So that's why I think more about the triple wave 1 2 here. But anyway, so also a possible long to take. This is how you can recognize to take long or not. Of course, you have to read the order flow and then boom, pump it up. Do some. We got some possible scalp shots, as you can see here, to take into the resistance we planned here. For example, here we did a nice first touch here with a nice quick move to the downside directly. A second retest here with another quick move to the downside. So really this target, as you can see here, with a quick move to the upside into the first resistance we plan to really get acceptance to push high. Boom, the first zone where we really start to get a consolidation is in the first big target plan. Why? Simply because these levels are the strongest resistance or below the strongest support you can get on the Bitcoin market. And you can see by yourself, this is pretty insane. Yes, we went through, but we still got some good scalp short to take here. And as always, when I'm taking a trade most of the time, except this day because I feel the long around there here to try to move to the upside. I mean, I feel the long during the weekend because I will pressure to push higher. So I just traded my plan, open a long rate in the middle of everything. Don't really care. Play the stop loss on the low and try to move to the upside. Otherwise, if I want to really be aggressive with my entries, all start from a scalp. For example, here I'm going to take a scalp short. If I only have to ride a scalp, I'm going to ride a scalp. If I have to ride something bigger, I'm going to ride something bigger. Okay, but yeah, these levels are just pretty crazy. So let's start with this. So we was around the bottom here. We did the move to the upside here. We was also looking for this possible 618 66% before to move towards the TPO right there. Okay, was looking at this one simply because that was a confluence with the middle of the range here, so that was a possible low zone to look for a short. If we have to break this, we can just look towards, as we said, the TPO plus naked session power control, all the stuff like this after that higher. Okay, but here that was a possible confluence, so this was a possible short to take here. If I'm not mistaken, data was not really good. Oh, by the way, maybe it was. I don't remember that one. Yeah, we got a lot of longs now. I'm opening into the move to the upside here. Yeah, you can see here all the way up here, we got a lot of longs coming. We have a big increasing of pain trace here, big increasing of pain trace, big increasing of pain trace here while moving to the upside. That do not form any absorption, so that's why here we have a lot of longs coming on the very top without any absorption. This is not the best to trade something. Now, maybe on the 1 minute we got something like absorption on the 1 minute on one of the tops. Let me just find that. Wait just 2 seconds, because I still have a bit of a cold. Sorry. I'm going to drink a bit of water. All right. Sorry. So, yeah, where is the high here? Where is the low? Where is the low? Yeah, I think I cannot load this. So I'm gonna go on the 3 minutes. I'm gonna stay on the 3 minutes. I think cannot go on the low time frame. Sadly. Yeah, the low was before. So here that was the top right there. We can't really read absorption on the 3 minutes. That's pretty suck. That's like a lot, but anyway. So here we possibly got absorption on a low time frame. Do we got absorption before to move more down here? No, we did not got any absorption here. No. So nothing really crazy here. A lot of longs coming, but without any absorption into a resistance. Normally, when you have some new longs like this coming on the market, you want to see absorption. So big divergence with the CBD here, the delta bar. So for example, here if you form a high and you have a high next, here you want to see a low high, you want to see a low high next to confirm that absorption. Then you want to get the new shorts coming on the market. That's not really what we have here. We do not have really the new shorts coming into here. We start to get finally some new shorts, so this can be a short to take here, but until that we do not have, as you can see here, while moving to the downside after the rejection, some new shorts really coming in here. So with a good short to take directly on the very top. If you read really good the data here, no, okay, really absolutely not. Now after we have done this push to the upside here before the drop, what we start to get is big increasing of the open interest here. And the thing is, this big increasing of open interest, but with the small following, I mean this following like this increasing of open interest, this is the most important. For example, you can get some increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing. This is relevant. Okay, you expect to minimum take the VWAP here minimum with this kind of increase of the open interest. So we took the view up and went more down here. Now we got all the way down. I also like to go on a bigger time frame if that's the first time you're watching at these kind of updates, because this bigger time frame, you can see here, remove all the noise. For example, here you have a decreasing, increasing, decreasing of the open interest. The open interest is really a must to read this. So here, for example, here all the way up, we go of course on the smaller time frame, so increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing of the open interest. So if you're on a bigger time frame such as the 15 or 30 minutes, this really remove all the noise and you can really see more, really better the move. Here, for example, all the way up here, we got some new longs coming in, a bit of short at the end, but here new longs coming in. This was classed as a strong move to the upside. The problem is here without any absorption, so that's why this is, I mean, we trapped these longs clearly. This is pretty nice, but normally we want to see absorption on the highs, what we don't have, so it's pretty suck a lot. But anyway, so here move to the downside, not a lot of shorts coming in, to be honest with you, at the beginning. Yes, we took the view up once we have done this, boom, big weakness to go down. This can be of course explained why, because we have a lot of longs coming all the way up here. So of course if we come down here, the open interest show also people getting wrecked on the market, people taking profit, stop loss hit, everything, new longs, new shorts coming in, new market orders coming on the market, everything, people closing or taking profit. So if we're moving down here, this show also people getting wrecked when moving to the downside. So here if we have a lot of longs, of course if we go down, we're maybe not going to get a big increasing of the open interest. So that's why here this is normal, because we are taking the price low. So if you open a long here, we're going to be placing the stop loss normally here or here. Okay, so that's why also when we're taking these lows here, you can see this decreasing of the open interest, because all the people feel the long here and did not took profit, or maybe just leave the stop loss here, got stop it out. Okay, so that's why you can see this decreasing of the open interest here in these kind of candles. When you take all of these lows here, this is normal. Now you got a bit of a 50-50 here, nothing really crazy. A lot of shorts opening here. As you can see, you have a big increase of the open interest here, green candle but negative delta, so these are shorts in the candle. And yeah, keep moving down. What we start to get here while moving to the downside, a big decreasing of the open interest. This is exactly the data I want to get to try to open long. Okay, if we have some new shorts coming in, we want to see absorption. Here, for example, this is a really bad example because we got some new longs. Normally, we want to see absorption, or we don't have. This is the game. We don't have all the times the good data, and we do it. Okay, so if we want to take a long, okay, when we are moving to the downside, we want to get a big increase of the open interest with absorption. If we do not have a big increase of open interest, we want to see normally a decreasing of the open interest like this. We are really moving down here with a big decreasing of the open interest here. This is pretty perfect. This is exactly what we want to take along here. So what we have to do next, okay, we have the context of the move. We planned the move that was to do a triple wave here, to go to take the low, swing for the pan, pump it up. We did not really do the swing for the pan here. We got acceptance directly to go more down. So I'm not going to talk about the swing for the pan, but here, if we have to go more down, what we was looking for, just place a retracement here from the top to the bottom, or from the bottom to the top. It depends always if you reverse the tool. Boom, was looking for the 70x last support before to really go more down. So here, what we start to see, we have the context. We are moving down with the decreasing of the open interest. We just have to go on the 5 minute to take again the context when we are approaching this on the lower time frame. Sadly, we cannot go on the 1 minute. So I'm gonna go on this Exocharts desktop version. I'm going to load order flow, perfect. And what was there was one, by the way? That's not the right one, I think. Why do I have to order flow? I think that, yeah, that was 30 minutes I have to load. Yeah, this one is a good one. So here we can load, I think, do we have the move? Yes, I'm gonna go on the 1 minute on that one, so we can really see better everything. Okay, that was really fast. Perfect. All right, so here I just want to check before, or do we have the, yeah, we have the low. Normally you have the low here. Yes, we have the low. Perfect. We have the low right here. Okay, so that's pretty nice. Here we of course have to check on the 5 minute. Okay, if we decrease the time frame, you of course have to check also the context on the smaller time frame, but smaller time frame at 5 minutes, and then you go on the 1 minute to really see on a smaller time frame what do we have. So here, for example, if we're moving down with a decreasing of the open interest, do we have some new shorts coming in? No. So do we really need to get absorption on the lows? We can, but we don't really care to speak to get absorption. We just want to get a demand after we bounce it off the level. Okay, so what level we plan here, as I say, the 70x6, okay? So 5 minute, not really bearish, okay? We have a big weakness to go down, so what we was looking for here for to take a long, okay? So yeah, the 1 minute is not here, so we just have to go down on the 1 minute here, okay? I just want to add the 70x6. What is the price of the 70x6? 28,322, 28,322, 28,322. So it went a bit below 28,322, around there, okay? So here, if we're in an A, B, C to the downside, we expect to be in 5 ways here. So here we do a move to the downside here. So wave 3, then a move to the upside for a wave 4, then the last wave to the downside here. We are a bit range bound. We still take the lows, take the low, and every time we bounce, as you can see here, we bounce off some levels. We have some shorts coming, but we do not have new longs following after. As you can see here, we are moving up without a big increasing of the open interest here a bit. So that can be a possible long to take, by the way. But nothing really crazy, and this is not following next, okay? Here, once again, we have some new shorts coming in without any absorption, and once we bounce off that, we do not have any increasing of the open interest here, okay? So we remain patient. Even if you miss the exact bottom of the exact bottom, this is absolutely fine. Just wait for a bit more of confirmation. For example, here we got absorption on the very bottom, okay? When we have done reach the bottom of the bottom, here, as you can see, we have a low, a high low, here a low, and a lower low. With a decreasing of the open interest, we don't really need to see absorption, but we got absorption here. There is a bullish reaction we want to get. So here, pretty perfect. We have a big decreasing of the open interest here. This can be a long to take. If you find, for example, a possible boom wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5 of the ending, boom, we have the last wave 5 here. This can be a possible long for you to take now. I would prefer to wait for more reaction, more confirmation than this. So here, bottom is in with a big decreasing of the open interest here. We have nothing really crazy to push higher, so we just remain patient. We just place a retracement from the bottom here to the top right there, okay? Going to add, by the way, the default stuff here, 6.8, by the way, that one. As always, what we add as level? We add the 6.8, 66%, and the 70x6 here. We just wait for the retest of this, or we retest, of course, the 70x6 before to push higher. Level, we just go through, as you can see here, but with a big decreasing of the open interest here, exactly the data we was looking for. Sorry, so once we have done this, we just wait for all the levels to be hit, see where we hold. If we start to get absorption, what we got here, what we want to see to confirm the absorption, just a demand following here, so to speak, when we are pushing to the upside here, an increasing like this of the open interest or like this, okay? These are new longs coming in next to confirm this absorption. So here we have absorption into the 70x6 a bit below, to be honest with you, is absolutely fine. With a possible, by the way, wave 1, 2, 3, or 5, you really have to see it. You really have to really pay attention to this move to reset, but yeah, nothing really crazy. Possibly, this is a wave 1, 2, 3, or 5, because we are in an impulsive wave now, so this is an impulsive here, all leading. So anyway, wave 2 here, okay, so big wave 2, to be honest with you, into the 70x6, a bit below, but we start to form absorption, and directly after we have hit this, we have some green candles coming in here with this increasing of the open interest. That is the fall like this, following like this, increasing of the open interest here are really relevant, because we are on the, you don't know yet that you're on the very bottom, but you are below the 70x6, you start getting absorption below the last support was looking for, and moreover, if you wait for the retest, you start to get a bounce with this increase of the open interest. Why would you not take along here? You have a really small possible loss to take and an unlimited reward to take here. So this is a valid long to take. If you want to wait for some more confirmation, you can wait for this kind of increase of the open interest here. Now this was a bit of shorts, coming into the move. New longs here coming in, covered by some shorts. Do we have absorption? Nothing really crazy. But this was not massive amount of shorts, you can see here, so that's absolutely fine. But if you feel along here, you took profit one time, set stop loss on entry, so you can dump it next, you absolutely don't care. And if you dump it, just check when you're stop it out if you can re-enter or not. But here we started to form absorption a bit below the 70x6, is absolutely fine. We did a retest of the 70x6 on a smaller time frame with absorption. Everything is good. You have the demand next to push higher. You just take the trade, you just enjoy the move to the upside. Okay, so that brings us, by the way, into the VWAP first of all, but don't really care about that one. Really want to move for the 6.866% here, okay? By the way, here that's interesting because we got this 6.866% as support, okay? We bounced once again off that, and we did we did then the move to the downside here, okay? To flip this to to resistance. Directly we got acceptance to push higher without no backtest resistance, move it down. No, just got acceptance to reclaim everything. And once we did this, as you can see here, we flipped that once again to support. So if you miss at the low here, you could look for a long here because this is a zone, clearly an old support. So if you come back higher, you expect to retest this as support to then to move higher next. If you have the demand to bounce off that, this is pretty nice to take a long trade if you really don't want to try to reach something on the very bottom of the very bottom. Okay, so for example here, I'm gonna go back on this one here and on the 5 minute, pretty nice 5 minute too. Oh, what is this? What do we have here? Absorption on the lows, possibly you have some new longs. These are new shorts coming on the market. You can see reverse a bit the price here. But yeah, I wanted to check at this right there. Do we have any absorption on the very bottom? Nothing. Some new shorts and longs here. Nothing crazy. New longs opening on the very top of the move. Weakness to go down. As you can see here, big decrease of the open interest here, one moving to the downside on the retest of the 61866% with absorption, a low, a higher low here. I think maybe not, by the way. No, by the way, we have a low here, so this is no absorption. Do we have some before? No. Yeah, as you can see here, some new longs coming in next. So if you want to retrade the retest of the retest, you just have to wait for the new trades coming in next. So here, for example, these are some new trades coming in next. So new longs coming in because we are moving up with this increase on the open interest, and this more likely confirms the move to the upside next. Normally you want to see directly after the bounce. Sometimes you just you have to remain once again a bit more patient and wait for the new longs to come, Moreover, this here was on the weekend, if I'm not mistaken. So on the weekend you have less volume, less people trading. 28, yeah. So it's absolutely fine to get some new longs coming in late in the move. Okay. So here, anyway, that brings us into the 61866% here. We don't have any absorption on that one. What do we have here? A big weakness to go up. As you can see here, a big weakness to go up. And directly once we have hit the 61866% plus the middle of the range right here, as you can see, okay? What we do here, we have the big weakness to push higher. What I'm deleting. Okay, I'm stupid. That's normal because I have I drew some few points everywhere. But here I was looking at, I'm looking at this one, okay, with the middle of the range here as confluence, okay, these dotted lines here, plus 61866%. We are approaching this with a big weakness here, again, to push high. Directly, when we hit that level and we get a rejection, we have a rejection with an increasing a massive increasing of the open interest here. This is exactly what we want to see to take a short, okay, an aggressive short. Boom, take profit one into the VWAP. If you know the wave count, you know that was a possible wave 1, 2, 3, or 5. So boom, you check at the wave 5618. By the way, I don't remember normally on that one we have done, yeah, we have done a 5618 here, 61866% by one, this one. So wave 2, 61866%, this is pretty nice. You have more of this with the 61866% here. You have the VWAP as confluence here. So that is a must on a weekend to take profit on this kind of support. Okay, really, this is a must. What we did, by the way, here we did some crazy pump and dump. We have done the pump and dump with a lot of shorts here. You can see that form absorption into the support. So really easy to trade that one because we got a massive amount of shorts here opening into the support. VWAP plus the 61866%. We have a low, a higher low. Here we have a low and a lower low. This is absorption. You have some limited order longs here that absorb these market order shorts coming in. So if you start going higher, normally with an increasing of the open interest, you can get, as I said before, a decreasing of the open interest here because you wrecked clearly this, and you get some liquidations of all of the shorts coming in here on the market. So of course, when you're going to push higher, you're going to get a bit of a decreasing of the open interest because you see these people getting wrecked clearly with this open interest here. This is normal. Normally, you want to get this kind of increasing of the open interest next to the demand coming in. Now we are on the weekend, so that's why there is no big demand following most of the time. This is on the weekend, you have to know that, okay? There is no massive demand following most of the time. So do not really wait for the new massive longs opening. If you have, this is pretty cool. If you don't have, this is still a possible long to take with a stop loss on the low, okay? So now we have done the move to the upside, retracement here, okay? So nothing really crazy. That brings us right into the TPO right there, okay? So TPO here, I have to check what I've done here, okay? Where is it, by the way? The TPO is not on the... It's before that one here. So what we have here, you can see directly we have a high, a high, we have a high, a low high. So here we have a lot of longs coming here, a lot of longs coming before we can go on a bigger time frame here to see a bit more the context of the move. So to speak here, right before to push higher, it was this one here. Okay, so you can see here all the way up here, all the way up, we got a big increasing of the open interest here. So new longs coming in. This is classed as bullish, except if we have absorption. What do we have on the very top? We have absorption. We have a high, a low high. Here we have a high, okay, and a low high. We keep doing low high, low high. This is absorption. As soon as we get some new shorts coming in, we take a short stop on the high. Okay, so to do this, we just have to go on the 1 minute. Okay, so right there, right here, perfect. So as soon as we get some new shorts coming in, that is a possible short to take. So here, for example, we have the high, low high. Okay, sorry. No, by the way, we have a high, or what do we have? I don't remember exactly. No, high, sorry, and this is opposite here on the bars, CVD. So here, as you can see, also we have to check also the buying balances or stuff like this. We have a big negative delta by the way on the very top here, but we have the power control of the candles with still some big longs. As you can see here, some millions and millions and millions and millions on the top of the move. So a lot of longs here on the very top of the move. Here, what do we have? Power control on the top of the move with some not crazy buying balances, but still the imbalances are the red squares here with the green numbers. You can see here, these are imbalances. Okay, so these are not massive ones, because normally you want to see millions and millions and millions, such as for example this kind of setting imbalances here, the red one, I mean the dark one but with red numbers here. These are setting balances. You want to see with millions and millions on the very top to break this move, to break this long. Okay, now this is not what we got, but that forms still absorption. That's pretty nice. Of course, as always, when we're moving a bit more down, because we have some new longs and new longs here, we can get a decreasing of the open interest. This can be an aggressive short to take. Why? Because you planet this level. As soon as we take you hit the level and you have a bit of shorts coming in, what we don't really have here, you can take a short, okay, with an aggressive entry. This, for example, I will really remain a bit more patient, because normally when you have this, you have a weakness to go down and you minimum take the high again. Okay, now we're on a weekend, so that's why the following demand, the demand following is not really here. Now we got some shorts coming in next, so you can see here all the way, in this move here, we got some shorts coming in. Nothing crazy, but anyway. And that's why here, if you do not do a massive rejection, you're rejecting through without a big decreasing of the open interest here, you're maybe not going to expect to do a massive move to the downside next and a big rejection here. Just expect to be in a retracement to push high, because the context of the move, keep in mind that we expect to be in an A, okay, a B and a C to push high here. So we're going to do a massive rejection here. This is normal to not get a big increase of the open interest here while moving to the downside, because you expect to push high next. That's why also you do not have this big demand following, but you're still moving to the downside. Okay, the context is also extremely important. So I'm gonna go back on the 30 minutes here. So this is how you could take a possible short. Okay, there's a really big aggressive entry here because the demand is not really following. So what do we have here, by the way? We have some low, higher lows here. Yes. So what do we have here? We have, as you can see here, on the VWAP, on the support between the 50 and 618, where we have more chance to stop, because normally we're in a wave 2. What do we start to get? We are moving down with an increasing of the open interest. So finally shorts are opening, but people are shorting into the support here. So what we start to get, a low, okay, a higher low right here. Sorry, what we start to get here, a low and a lower low, and we keep doing lower lows, stuff like this. We have, in that case, absorption. So as soon as we get the demand following when we are pushing higher next, so new longs come in to get acceptance to push higher, that's a possible long to take. So here, you could write a possible scalp, you could write a possible small move to the upside here. By the way, this was not the 56.20 yet. This was a bit below here. But this, for example, was a valid long to take here, because we have absorption, we have then the demand to push higher. So do not really wait for this kind of big demand. Just go on the 1 minute. Wait for the bounce. Directly, if you bounce off and you have some increasing, a small following increase on the open interest, you take the long, stop loss on the low, you write the move to the upside. What you can do here is just pull if you from the bottom to the top, you add your 6.66% here. And this is where we rejected normally, or maybe the 50%, because if that's a WXY, we have more chance to retrace the 50%. Okay, but here you can see, yeah, 50% bit more, by the way, right here, 50% here. On the weekend, we can do also some 50%, some few stuff like this. You have to be aware of that. VWAP was below, I don't remember that one. VWAP was below, yes. That's why here, yeah, more the 50%, so this is more a WXY. 50% is more likely all the time for a WX retracement, okay, X and then Y leg. 50% wise. B wave of an ABC zigzag, for example, the B wave have more chance to retrade 38.2 or 6.8, 66%, maximum target 85.4. Should we touch the 90%? This is an invalidation, and we expect the price, we expect the pattern not be good anymore. Okay, so anyway, here we have 50%, not the best, so maybe not the best long to take, but data was nice on this one. I'm not going to lie, this one was really nice data. So we take the low here. Once we take the low, big decrease of the open interest here, big decrease of the open interest here, nothing very crazy. As you can see here, when we start to push higher next, we have this massive increasing of the open interest here. This is really classed as bullish. Okay, this is really classed as bullish. How could you trade this? With simply the absorption here. We have a low, a higher low here, you have the low, the lower low, and directly after that you have the demand, as you can see here, small following of the open interest here, following. So this is a long to take, stop loss on the low. You expect to push higher next to be in a wave 2. Okay, so 56.18, we're in between the 56.18 here. We start to get absorption, we have the demand following. This is pretty cool. Big weakness next, because of course we have some shorts opening, for example here. So if we push higher next, we're going to break these shorts, sorry, all the stuff like this, or maybe people are going to close their position, or maybe take profit here. That's why you can see it also decreasing of the open interest. But anyway, here we push high next with a big increasing of the open interest here, so that's pretty nice. Okay, that brings us with this push to the upside here, right there. So this is really classed as bullish. When you have this kind of move like this with a big increasing of the open interest, you minimum expect to take the high. If you the minimum is really to take the high. Once you took the high, you expect to do, in that case, take the high and move it down, okay, or swing fairly parent, just do a weak high on the price high, you close below, and directly you have some new shorts. Here we got some new shorts, but at the end it was not really following, as you can see here, not really massive demand to go down. So if you expect still to be in the C wave, you expect to push high next. This was not a really good short to take, okay, normally the context is more likely bullish because you expect to push higher, okay. So do you really think about shorts next year? Yes, possible. That could be a swing fairly pan to trade. Okay, now it all starts from a scalp for me personally. Okay, so anyway, here we did then the move to the upside, and once again with this big increasing of the open interest here. So this is really classed as bullish. Okay, once again, so if we have this before, big bullish move here. If you do not have any absorption, more of this. By the way, we start to get absorption a bit, but not confirmed next. So that's why we did not dump it here. We want to get some new shorts coming in here next to confirm this absorption, what we did not got yet. After that, we got some new longs coming in next. So it's not a confirmation of the absorption here of the bearish divergence. So yeah, big bullish move here to the upside, because we are moving to the upside with an increasing of the open interest like this, and this is really classed as bullish. Okay, so move to the upside here, really nice, and that brings us at the moment with a possible absorption into some levels, into a swing fairly pan we plant here. Okay, so that is pretty nice. We'll have some new longs coming in here, a bit of weakness at the end, but here we have a high. Okay, we form a high with a new longs coming in. We have formed a high here with a bit of a weakness, but we still have this absorption on the market. Confirm it as always if we have some new shorts, so to speak, moving down with an increasing of the open interest here. This is going to confirm the absorption. This can be a short. Now I don't really like with the swing fairly pans, because this will be, this is a swing fairly pan, okay, of the price high here. You can see we have the high here, just do a weak higher and close below. How I'm trading this personally, I'm not waiting for the market structure change, for the new shorts coming into market structure change. No, I plan my swing fairly pan as soon as we see the swing fairly pan, because this wasn't the plan. I'm going to take my trade, stop loss on the high, if and only if after the swing fairly pan here we have some new shorts coming in next, so to speak. I just go on the 1 minute here. What I do is just I take the order flow, okay, directly after we have done this top right there. I just want to see a rejection with an increasing like this of the open interest, what we don't have directly following next year. So that's why here, if we close below here, that's okay to get a decrease on the open interest, because we have some new longs opening here. So of course, when we're going to move down, people jump in here with X100, X100 and 125, for example, something like this. These are really massive leverage, and the liquidations is really close below. So that's why close to the price. That's why we can get some liquidations here. It's absolutely fine. Now we got the following move with this kind of thing, the increasing of the open interest here. So I could take a short here, right, a move to the downside. I will take profit here after $100 move. Once I done this, I will be stop it out. I just check if I can re-enter here. What you can do as always to check if you can re-enter here, or if you miss at the very top of the move, you just have to go on the 1 minute or on a bigger time frame. It depends. As always, you pull your FIP from the very point of the move, or from the very top, it depends if you reverse it as always, to the very top here, okay, from the bottom to the top, from the bottom to the top, from the top to the bottom, it depends if you reverse your tool, you add your 618 66%, 786, and this is most of the time what we retest before to move down, or if we, for example, do this, for example, let's say here, we have done the 618 66%, this is what we retest most of the time before to push her, or before to move more down, okay? As you can see, this will result to a really good scalp short here to the downside. And this is how you can take, if you stop it out here, you can check for another entry here. If you stop it out, boom, you add your 618 66%, 7x6, and this can be a possible level. I mean, these are levels, okay, where I'm personally looking for to take another short here. So here, what do we have? No absorption. Do we really need absorption? We don't have massive amount of longs coming here, so we don't really care. Directly after that, we have some new shorts coming, as you can see here in the red candle, so that's pretty nice. This can be a short to take here, stop loss on this high or on the high before. You just ride the move to the downside, okay? We start to get absorption on the highs and on the lows, by the way, right now, so that's pretty crazy. Which one is going to be confirmed? For now, we have some new shorts coming in here, so it's a bit more absorption on the highs than the lows, but possible. If we now push high with the increase of the open interest, is going to confirm the absorption on the low, okay? So that was a possible swing failure pan to trade. Why? Because this was the plan. Clearly, we planned this possible swing failure pan, and I mean, you maybe do not have the exact same plan, okay? I have my plan, you have to get your own plan, but I'm really giving you the highest interval probability, okay, the highest probability trades, and the more likely stuff we can do on the market. Of course, you can do some crazy stuff like really less likely, but I'm not giving you this because this is less likely interval probabilities, and we trade really the highest interval probabilities, okay? So anyway, this is how you can read the order flow, really what we're looking for: absorption, retest of the 618 66%, demand. The open interest is just really crazy, and you really have to look at this, okay? This is really extremely important. The open interest is really, for me, the decisive data to take a long or to take a short. Of course, you have to get the context. If, for example, you have a lot of shorts coming to form absorption and a lot of shorts coming next, you, of course, if you are going to push higher, maybe not going to get a big demand to push up because you have a lot of liquidation while moving to the upside. So that's normal to get a decreasing of the open interest. You also have to be aware of the context, okay? Here the context was more likely bullish. Was expecting person to push to the upside here. So to try to short and short and short, I was already short from here. I'm still in my short, by the way, from the very top. I got to stop it out. I don't remember. No, I did not stop it out yet. But I'm short from the very top of the move here. So am I going to try? I'm not going to try really to try to short here if I expect more of it to push higher. Okay. But anyway, so that's all for today. If you have some questions, don't hesitate. I'm just going to drink a bit of water. If you, by the way, are not in the community yet, do not hesitate to join the Discord server, the Moonshot Discord server. The link is just right below in the description. Okay, you have everything in the description. Don't forget to smash that like, also to subscribe to the channel. This is really good, and this helped me so much with your YouTube algorithm. Sorry. So if you want to subscribe, turn on notifications, everything, do not hesitate. This can help me a lot, and if you want, if you're a Twitter user, do not hesitate also to go and follow the Moonshot__ here account. Yeah, if you want to be aware of everything. I think I'm going to stop to post my predictions. The predictions in the prediction channel here. I'm only going to post that on Twitter. So yeah, do not hesitate to go and follow this account if you want to. And if you want to learn Elliott as always, you and Exocharts, by the way, you have the Moonshots website right below, the Moonshots website link right below in the description, so you can check out everything for free. You have the beginner course and the Elliott Wave course number 1, 2, and 3 part 1. Okay, you have everything for free, like all stuff I said for free, so you can really start your learning the best way you can really get strong base with Elliott Wave, not Exocharts. Exocharts, the course for now is for for VIPs and apprentices. So if you want to get more and more content, you just have to go on the Exocharts here. These updates, as always, are normally for VIPs. As an apprentice, you have a 1-week delay, but I'm making them free because I like, to make them free. I like to teach people about trading, Exocharts and Elliott Waves, so that's why I'm making them for free. It's free until Wednesday, okay? After Wednesday, I'm going to change and move back these updates to VIPs, okay? So if you enjoy the content, don't forget to smash that like, to subscribe, like I say, to turn on notifications, And yeah, I do not see any questions coming in, so I think we're good for today. If you have some questions, you still have the Discord server. You can join the Discord server, as I said, and you can post your questions in the general chart, BTC chart here, so I can answer you clearly. Okay, so anyway, see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. GMT or UTC +2 France time for another live stream. We're going to see how this plays out clearly. And I'm going to remove this right there. I'm going to remove this. Perfect. And yeah, we're good. So take care, have a brilliant day, and as I said, if you have some questions, do not hesitate. And yeah, see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. GMT or UTC +2. Yeah, tomorrow. Cheers, take care.